All right, y'all, it is March the 2nd, 2026, and we've been watching this officer here, these red and blue lights, since 6 o'clock. He's been sitting up here on McDonald's property. I guess they thought because it's raining that I wouldn't be out here. But he been sitting up here since 6 o'clock. Guarding McDonald's. So let's go over here and see what's going on. Even though we got snow on the ground, everything, he's been sitting up here since 6 o'clock, y'all. Everything going on in the world today, these government officials are still guarding rich people's investment. Look at this shit, y'all. Guarding McDonald's. Let's see what car this is. This is car 1574, y'all. Guarding McDonald's. This shit is crazy. Look at this shit, y'all. This shit is crazy. He's been here since 6 o'clock. It is now 7:08, and he's been sitting here since 6 o'clock. Guarding McDonald's. Shit is fucking ridiculous, y'all. I guess he thought because he's hiding in the back, I wasn't seeing. But he's been sitting here since 6 o'clock. We've been clocking him, watching him since 6 o'clock. His partner just left, so we decided to get out. It was two of them over here. And we're at McDonald's, y'all. And he's sitting here since 6 o'clock guarding this McDonald's drive-thru. We're at the drive-thru, y'all. Look at this shit. This is where your tax dollars are going in Prince George's County. While you working hard out there for your money, these individuals are sitting here guarding rich people's investment. You guys get up every morning and go to work, and they come in and park at big rich people's investments, guarding rich people's investments. Zero accountability. Sitting here guarding the drive-through of $1 billion business. Unbelievable. We're at McDonald's off of New Hampshire Avenue, and we got him hiding out back here by the drive-through, guarding a $1 billion business. He's been sitting here since 6 o'clock when shift changed. Americans, it is time we take our government back. Okay? If there's no crime in Prince George's County, we got to start giving these guys their pink slip and start making 60, 70,000 a year just sitting here guarding $1 billion business and the drive-through of McDonald's. And he's sitting here because there's zero accountability in Prince George's County. There was 2 of them here just a few minutes ago. One of them left. And I want to make it clear to y'all, the other day, this community service lady evicted a homeless man from right behind here. And the man froze to death in one of the cars out here. It's cold as shit out here now. But I came out here because citizens told me he came here and parked at 6 o'clock. And he's still sitting here. It is now 7:15, and he's still here hiding out in the back of McDonald's. I guess he's deterring people from going to the drive-thru. That's the bullshit they try to tell you free people, they deterring crime. Aren't they supposed to be catching criminals instead of deterring crime? As you see, it's snowing this shit out here. Cold as a motherfucker, but this is what I bring to y'all because it is time we put a stop to this shit and take our country back from these domestic terrorists running it. There is zero accountability in our government when our people that we hire can come and just sit down. Look at this shit right here, y'all. They speeding up and down the street, but we got this bitch nigga here sitting in the car guarding a $1 billion business. And the drive-through of McDonald's, y'all. He got his emergency lights on. There is no emergency, but there is a procedure that they're not supposed to have them on, but they do what the fuck they want to do because nobody's holding them accountable for their actions. Look at him leaving. Look at him leaving, y'all. This is car 1574. He called it in and they told him to leave. Let's see if he go to the front and sit. These ain't number cowards, y'all. As you see, we at McDonald's. Look at him. Look at him. What, he gonna do a U-turn and come back? Look at him. A fucking coward. And now you're gonna try to blind me. Look at him. This is car 1574, y'all. Look at him. A piece of shit. Guarding a $1 billion business called McDonald's. And then he tried to blind me with the strobe light, trying to intimidate me. A fucking clown in a uniform. Isn't this some shit, y'all? He goes around, rides around their perimeter, and then comes back and sit right here, guarding a $1 billion business. What a bitch. This is car 1574. And you taxpayers of Prince George's County, you're paying for this. So there must be no crime in Prince George's County. So when you got your officers sitting out here guarding the drive-thru at McDonald's. Only a coward would have his emergency lights on to try to scare people away. His job is to catch criminals, but he wants you to scare them away. They call it deterring crime. They're not out here to catch criminals, they're out here to run them away. And they try to run them away from big business. What a coward. And make no mistake, they're receiving stipends from these billion-dollar businesses while they're milking your tax dollars. It was two of them up here a couple hours, about 10 minutes ago, kicking the bobo back here. I guess one of them got called to a 911 call. But again, we got this one right here sitting here milking the taxpayers of Prince George's County, guarding a billion-dollar business drive-through. He has his emergency lights on. What law enforcement person would have their emergency lights on when they're supposed to be trying to catch criminals instead of scaring them away? Only a fucking coward would do that shit. He's at the back of McDonald's, hiding out by the drive-thru, y'all. What a bitch. What a bitch. They'll come out here, they'll harass the homeless, they'll harass the people who walking up and down to guard this McDonald's. And he sits over here off of your hard-earned money guarding this billion-dollar business drive-thru. What a piece of shit. What, this his girlfriend? Is she talking to him in that car? I think she's talking to him in the car. She don't want to get too close up on him. This is what they do. They get dates and all kind of shit going on. They don't be working on your tax dollar. This black car pulled up. I think he got his window down talking to her. Look at her. Now she want to pull out. Woo! This shit is fucking crazy. They don't meet at the apartments or the hotel now. They meet on their site. Come and pull up here. She got DC tags right there, y'all. Again, we are here off of New Hampshire Avenue and Eastern Avenue at the McDonald's. And I guess because I thought it was raining and snowing that I wouldn't be out here, we get a call that this guy been sitting up here since 6 o'clock. We come up here, he's sitting here. It is now 7:33, and he's still sitting here, y'all, doing security work for a $1 billion business. What's up, young man? All right. I don't know what he said. He was saying something about TikTok and all that shit. I'm not on no TikTok. He's got this car running, burning up your tax dollars, burning in the gas up that he puts in here to guard big business. Big business does not put any petrol in that car. Big business does not do the maintenance on that car. But he takes y'all tax dollars to guard a $1 billion business. I mean, they really make y'all out of suckers in Prince George's County and anywhere else that who allows this to go on. They not even using grease on y'all. This is why y'all gotta pull y'all cameras out and record these new domestic terrorists who is just taking y'all hard-earned money and guarding rich people's investments. And if you're not willing to do that, stop crying about how this country is going and where this country is going into. If you're not part of the solution, you're part of the problem. And I applaud these Democrats and these government officials who would not reinstate the DHS's funds and start, as you notice, the feds are starting to leave because they ain't got no money. And Donald Trump and Eli ain't paying their bills, so they got to go somewhere else. You know, this is how you, like I tell people, this is how you get them. Boycott them. Boycott McDonald's. Boycott paying taxes to these people that you see sitting around here doing this. What's up, player? All right. And trying to use the word deterrent. Ain't nobody hired them to deter nothing. They hired them to catch criminals. What's up, man?
Hey, what's up, boss?
What's up, man?
Good, man.
What's up?
It's a good.
All right,
man.
You all right?
Yeah.
All right, be safe out here, man. That's one of the neighborhood people around here that live around here. What's up, cousin? All right. Everything all right? Me, man. Huh?
What's up, man?
What's up, babe?
How you doing?
I ain't making no noise.
It's back.
I'm out here trying to figure out how our tax dollars sitting up here guarding this $1 billion business.
Fuck that. I know it's fucked up.
Yeah, it's the only way we're gonna change it,
They
man.
got shit that they don't fucking about they doing bad.
Yeah. He ain't messing with no rich people. He's out here messing with these poor people.
I ain't got shit.
Yeah.
That's fucked up.
Instead of him in the neighborhood patrolling, he's sitting up here watching a $1 billion business. You know? People houses getting broke into, people cars getting broke into, and he down here watching a $1 billion business with his emergency lights on. There's a Popo across the street here at the Shell gas station. All right, we coming up on 3 hours now. This servant has been sitting in this same spot for 3 hours. And the thing about it is this is where his commanding officers told him to come and sit. And I want y'all to see something. If you look at McDonald's here, right? See them white things up there? Those are cameras. So what the fuck they need this guy here for? Them cameras pick up everything going on around this drive-thru. But when they got free security work off of you taxpayers of Prince George's County, because you're not saying anything, they do what they want to do. There's zero accountability in Prince George's County for these clowns in uniform. He's gonna sit here his whole tour of duty, y'all, guarding $1 billion business and receiving your tax dollars, his welfare check, guarding $1 billion business. Ain't that some shit? And until you taxpayers of Prince George's County come together and put a stop to this shit here, they're gonna continuously steal your money, extort your hard-earned dollars from you, claiming they're doing a service of deterring criminals from $1 billion business. Why you not deterring crime out the neighborhoods? Y'all, it's raining out here. So I guess he hoping that it rains a little harder to get me from out here. Look at all these rats around McDonald's, y'all. I wouldn't eat shit out of McDonald's. Look at these big ass rats, y'all. Let me let this lady go by first, and then I'm gonna show you these big ass rats they got walking around here. Look at that rat right there. That's a rat right there. Shit. Where you at? Right there. That's a rat. Look at this mug. Now he leaving again. He don't want me to show y'all the rat. It's car 1574, y'all. Look at him leaving, y'all. Woo! Ain't this some shit, y'all? Look at this shit. Look at him. Just doing a U-turn outside on New Hampshire Avenue and then coming back. Look at it. It is now 8 o'clock. Look at him. Going right back into the position again, y'all. Going right back into the position again, y'all. On your tax dollars, guarding $1 billion business. Look at this shit, y'all. On your tax dollars, this whore is sitting up here guarding $1 billion business right here at the drive-thru. This is what they do. They clock in and then they get assigned to come and sit on billionaires' property, guarding it with the emergency lights on. And then when a citizen comes to them, they say they're deterring crime. Why aren't you in the neighborhood deterring crime in the neighborhoods? He's sitting up here in a lit up parking lot at McDonald's, deterring crime with all these cameras around McDonald's. Only a fucking coward would do shit like that. He got his emergency lights on, y'all. What's up, man? All right. It is now 8:05, and he's still sitting here since 6 o'clock this afternoon. And he's picking his welfare check up off you taxpayers guarding the drive-through at $1 billion business, y'all. You taxpayers get up every morning and go to work to pay these guys their welfare check, and this is what they do. They clock in and then come and sit on big businesses. They're not running through your neighborhood deterring crime with their flashes on. They're sitting up in lit up parking lots of billionaires' property, investments, deterring crime. I want y'all to see what y'all be eating at McDonald's. Look at this shit, y'all. Look at this shit right here, y'all. Look at that big ass rat right there. That's a big motherfucker right there, boy. That's why I don't eat at no McDonald's. Big ass motherfucking rats. All right, we've been here since 8 o'clock. Let's walk around here to the back and see. I'll be back. Don't go nowhere. Let's see if anybody up here. He don't get off until 10 o'clock. So we'll be back. It's 8:10 now, 8:15. Look at this shit. This shit. We're at McDonald's at $1 billion business, and we got Prince George's County sitting out here, y'all. All right, y'all stand by.